Anybody who's anybody knows that our national debt is a problem. But how do we do something about it when we can't even understand it? That's why we present another thrilling episode of Our Complex World coming up.
Doctor, will he be okay?
I'm not sure. Marlene, I've got some bad news. You might want to sit down.
What is it?
Mr. Kensington is running a deficit.
Oh my God! How much of a deficit?
Quite a lot. A little over $7 trillion.
Was that bad?
Well, there are conflicting reports on that. Some say it's not that big a deal, but most economists say that it could be disastrous.
How did this happen?
It's simple, really. Blaine Kensington was spending more money than he was taking in. Billions more. Maybe he never told you.
No, he never mentioned it. Where did he get all this extra money?
Well, he did the same thing the federal government does. By the authority of the Second Liberty Bond Act, he issues bonds and treasury bills that people buy now with the promise that he'll make good on them in a few years. Yes, and if he needs money, he simply issues more bonds.
So no one actually lends him money? He just does this to himself?
Well, in a sense, yes.
Why would he do this? Why would someone spend so much now, knowing that they're going to hurt themselves later?
Because it's fun, that's why.
Who are you?
The name's Blair Kensington. Martini?
You look just like Blaine.
Of course I do. Ever hear of an evil twin, silly?
So, you're the one spending all of Blaine's money.
Excellent diagnosis, doctor. Why not spend it if you got it? $1 million state dinners, Social Security, and a fabulous high-tech military. And the bill all goes to poor Blaine. The deficit thing is a real gravy train. Care to join me, Marlena?
I couldn't.
Why not? Spend now, pay later. And we're not even the ones paying.
Don't do it, Marlena. This is the one chance in your life to be fiscally responsible.
Fine. Stay here with your old fossil and this party pooper.
Show me the world, Blair. Let's forget tomorrow.
Of course, my dear. No! Oh!
My God, what have they done? What have they done?
Folks, gamblers everywhere are inspired by the British man who sold everything he owned, bet it all, and won. If you had to get rid of everything except for 3 things, what would you keep? Max?
Well, this is an interesting question because when my family had to flee Iran around the 1979 revolution, we were faced with this same dilemma. We had very little time to gather 3 things and leave the country. So we ended up bringing a suitcase filled with cash, one of the American hostages as a gesture of goodwill, and because we're moving to California, we brought a Persian to Spanish dictionary.
All right. Judy. Nice. Judy.
How do I, compete with that? It's
Judy, what are you asking me?
very funny.
Thank you.
Well, I would bring my cell phone, and of course my vibrator. Oh wait, I could just put my cell phone on vibrate. All right, so that leaves 2 more then. So I bring my electric toothbrush, the one that vibrates at the top, that little, yeah, I'm sorry. And finally, I'd bring my Bible, because when Miriam hooks up with Esau, oh, it is so raw that even John Ashcroft gets all hot and moist. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I had to bring up the OT the day after Easter, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
Old Testament, OT. Okay, yeah. Tony V.
Well, borrowing to political correctness, I would let my wife decide whether or not she wanted to be wagered. That being said, the 3 things I'd keep with me were my first edition copy of Chicken Soup for the Degenerate Gambler's Soul, my autographed picture of Pete Rose, bearing the inscription, "Don't believe them. Do you have $5? I got a hunch. Love, Pete." and my lifetime membership pass to the Liberace Museum, because honestly, Lee will never let you down, Colin.
Very fun words. Greg!
Well, I myself have gambled pretty recklessly, but not intentionally. It's just that I work in Vegas a lot, and I'm a drunk. And to me, life is not about material possessions. It's about the high you get hawking your wedding ring in a Reno pawn shop. So, if I did something like this, I wouldn't keep anything. I'd go big. I'd bet it all. I mean, as much as I love my children, betting them would be the ultimate adrenaline rush. And unlike Tony, I wouldn't give my wife the choice. I would keep her. I wouldn't bet her, because we've been through a lot, and I've made enough bad jokes about her on the show, let's be honest. And besides, I don't think I could get much for her.
That's the show! Good night!
Good evening, sir.
Well, good evening to you, sir.
Tonight, you had a comic from Iran.
Yes.
On the show. Why are there not more Middle Eastern comedians?
I guess you'd have to ask him that. You know, I mean, well, it's the kind of place where, you know, like, I don't know, on stage in America, if you're like, you know that one guy that annoys you at work? In the Middle East, I'd be like, yeah, why would you not kill him? I don't understand. So it's hard to have people identify. Well, it was a good try, considering that setup was kind of tough.